What up, man? It's your man, Big CLFHOHNIC, man. We in Virginia, and I'm sitting here with the president of the Black Eagle Ryders. Today was a trying day for most people, but man, we here. We made it. We through it. Kings of the South, we came down to show our love and our support. I'm not sure if you all are familiar with exactly what happened, but they were on their way to our anniversary and kind of got into a situation with a diesel. The diesel kind of mowed them down or whatever. It's a couple of different variations, but it is what it is, man. 2 of them lost their life. A couple of them, got maimed and some other stuff, and a few of them survived, man. But as a president, to hear about members, that happening to members, I want to know how do you deal with that? How do you take the organization further and keep them riding their motorcycle and let them know, hey, man, that God got it and God is in control. Because we said it a lot of times when stuff happened, oh, God is in control, God is in control, He ain't gonna let nothing happen. But sometimes it's kind of hard to understand that. I mean, regardless, especially when they take good people, you feel what I'm saying? Especially the way that they were taken away from us. The Kings, we personally didn't have a chance to meet them. They were on their way to our event. But that's just how we roll, man. This thing is a family. This whole entire community. It's not just about who you know or who you mess with, but when you join an MC, you join a world within a world within this world, and that's what it is. So even though we didn't personally have a chance to meet the cats that passed away, we talked to them, we communicated with them through Facebook, text messages from me back and forth with SO. So they became family. You feel what I'm saying? And to hear about the tragedy, we just had to be here to show our love, man. And people can take it how they want to take it, but it's truly from the heart, man. So on behalf of my president, King Dibbs, my vice president, King Measy, we here. Me, my club brother, PT, my club brother, Jay Mills, the Macon chapter president, and my boy, Boss Hall, got a Macon. We rode down. Yesterday, me, RJ, and Ray made it to the other service that was in Tuskegee, Alabama, and then I just came from Tuskegee, Alabama, on out to Virginia to be at this funeral, man. But the hospitality and the love and the warm receiving was a beautiful thing. But anyway, let me introduce you to the president of the Virginia chapter, and we just gonna ask some questions, man, and hopefully this will help somebody deal with this similar situation in their club if it ever happens. So, ladies and gentlemen, introducing president of Virginia chapter. Tell him your name and let's get into it, man.
My name is Eyeball, Ivory Thompson. I'm president of Black Eagle Ryders, Richmond, Virginia. Okay. And the situation that occurred that caused so much pain to so many people in my family. And when I say family, I mean that's my family.
Yeah.
The people in my club are my family, my brothers, my sisters. They're my soldiers. They look out for me, and I look out for them. The MC community, the outpouring that I've got from so many people from so far away that don't know me, just like these brothers that never met me before, or had never met my members. And what I got from them, it just feels so good in your heart. It makes you understand what the MC community is really all about. And when this happened, the first thing I did, I wasn't riding with them, but the first thing I did was jumped in my car and head straight to Greensboro, 3 hours and 20 minutes. And got there, I get to the hospital, it's already 30 people from the MC community in North Carolina at the hospital with my people there. Because I wasn't there because my members hadn't gotten there yet. They took the time out of their day and they saw this on the news.
Yeah.
They didn't read about it somewhere, or they saw it on the news, the morning news, about an accident where some guys on the bikes got hurt in their city. They took off from their jobs, they stopped what they were doing, and they went to the hospital and just sat there with my people. I get there, they give me everything I need, whether it's something to drink, something to eat, if I needed somebody to talk to, somebody to cry with. I mean, it was just amazing. I mean, you don't get that anywhere else outside of here.
Yeah.
When you say your family, or when somebody else says their family, and they're not in the MC community, they're talking about their mother, their daddy, their siblings. If you're in the MC community, when I say my family, I'm talking about people I've never met before, people I've never seen before, people that care because they have the same love in their heart that I have. And that's what it's all about. When this, and I'm sorry, I'm a little long.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Trust me.
When this happened, it was like a step by step thing that we processed and had to do in order to help the club to make things better and to help my members and to make them feel better. The first day was just grief.
Yeah.
And we were going through the grief and hugging and everything and just talking and making sure everybody was all right, taking care of the family. And then 2 days later, one of the brothers died. One brother died on the scene. Another brother died 2 days later. And then it was the same thing that same day. And then we got back to Virginia. And that the day that he died, that Sunday night, I called a meeting for the club. And the purpose of that meeting was for one thing, for them to get the grief out, to tell me what they had going on, how they felt, because everybody felt different. People had hate in their heart, people had love in their heart, and everybody was different. So from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I just let them just talk and talk and get it out and get it out. At the end of that meeting, I told everybody, I said 3 things. Number 1, all communication from the club will come from my pro. Number 2, anything coming into the club, I wanted to come to me or my pro or the vice president. And we deciphered the information that we wanted to go out and in, and it made it easier on the members because they didn't have to deal with that. All they had to deal with was their grief. It didn't give me time probably to get some of that stress off me, but it took it off my club members. Today was the first day, and I'm a talker. I guess you could tell by me just sitting there talking. I'm a talker, I'm a communicator with people. Today was the first time in my life that I actually didn't have anything to say. I couldn't get it out. There's so much stuff that's inside of me, but I could not get it out to talk about a guy that I've worked with for 25 years. I've known him for 25 years. We've been riding together. We founded the club together. And I just couldn't get it out. There's just so many details that I wanted to say. I had it on a piece of paper, and then I just couldn't say it because I was overwhelmed with it, and I didn't let it get out anyhow. So we went through that period, and I understand that, you know, by being the president of a club or being the president of people, and they depend on you to do a lot of things, and that responsibility, you know, it bears a little bit on you, but you accept it as it comes along and you do it. So, but I'm just a regular guy like everybody else.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
I can imagine, you know, you at home, they left, hey, Prez, we get ready to hit the road, and, you know, you do all the, hey, y'all be safe and this and this and this.
Yeah.
But then to get that phone call and to hear about not one, but all of them, you know what I'm saying? I can imagine that is crazy. I mean, so do you believe it, or how do you
process?
Yeah.
The immediate and what you asked was basically what happened before they left on the ride. I talked to Ken that evening. They left at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning. So that evening I talked to him. I said, all right, Duke, all right, be careful. Y'all have a good time. Y'all going to Atlanta. Bring it back in one piece.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell them. I said, bring it back in one piece. And it sounds like a term, but that's just one of the things I say. So I went to work, and I got off work about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I shot him a text. I said, holler at me when you get to the ATL. And that was on one of them's phone. So I go to bed, and I get a phone call, and actually I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. And somebody and everybody in the club knows what time I sleep. But what they did was they called my wife at work. And my wife called me and she said, hey sweetie, you gotta get up. Answer the phone. She said, there's been an accident in Greensboro. When she told me that, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know. So she told me this. So I immediately looked at my phone, and I had like all these messages, all these texts. Called me immediately. Accident happened at probably 6 o'clock. In between 6:15 and 6:30, I got like 20 calls. Wow. And they came, a bunch of them came from PR. She was in an accident. And then she called one of the other girls in the club, who ended up calling my wife. She called me on the house phone. I get a call on my house phone at 8:45 in the morning. I know it was 8:45 because my wife had just gotten to work. And it sapped the life out of me and the energy. I was like, I said, I'm not hearing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm not hearing this. I said, no, this ain't. No, I said, I just saw Ken.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm not hearing this. So she said, no, you got to call. I picked up the phone call.
Yeah.
And PR told me, she said, you got to get here right away. Get in the car or get whatever you got to do and get here right away. So,
because PR was she on her bike or she was
on a bike.
She was riding her own bike. Yeah.
She was on the bike, and she was a medic in the Army. So when the accident occurred, she was the only one who could actually get up and move around because she got grazed on the leg and she had some bruises.
Because she got hit by one of the motorcycles, right?
Right.
The truck hit the motorcycle into her.
Yeah.
Because little man. Because Esso was in the front, right? That's why he got it the worst? Or?
I kind of thought he was in between, but he was probably up close to the front, and the truck came over.
Yeah.
And that was the last things they got in there. Yeah.
Because the way he was trying to explain it to me.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's kind of how I felt with Diesel. When we heard about Diesel, I was like, hell no. Nah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of our members that kind of, he saying with a truck too. But
yeah.
But I can imagine though, trying to do damage control, like, what do you, as a president, because I know you, did you get any members say, I'm not riding no more, I'm done with this, I'm gonna just...
And I probably, man, some of this stuff is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Over the course of the week that I got, when PR got back, I brought her back with me Saturday night the first time. I'm sorry.
So this happened
Friday. And I brought her back Friday night. We got back about 2:30 in the morning from Greensboro. Then I went back there later on that day. But we got back, and she was just, the whole way back, 3-hour ride, we did some talking.
Okay.
So then she said, I think I'm going over to VA so I can maybe be able to get some counseling or whatever. I said, cool. I said, that sounds good. She calls me on Monday at 12 o'clock and she said, Prez, I'm over at the hospital and they're doing evaluation, and she said I could possibly be suicidal. I jump in the car, I go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I stayed there with her from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and we talked and we cried, we talked. And by the end of the evaluation and the talking, the lady said, you just need some sleep.
Yeah.
Because she had not been sleeping.
Okay.
So that made me think about, I need to tell all these members, y'all need to get some rest.
Yeah.
I know y'all ain't sleeping, but y'all need to get some rest. Whatever it takes to get some sleep, you need to get some rest. So I had her, and then she as you can see, she's a trooper. She came on through it.
Yeah.
And the rest of the people here, and I kept telling them every day, I said, get to bed. Go get some rest. I told them, I said, go to the store, get you some of that little stuff that got a little sleep aid in it or whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Take it and go to sleep. And things started getting better.
Does it ever get to the point to whereas, like even you today, is this the first time you've been on your bike since the accident?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I rode my bike Wednesday, Thursday. I didn't ride yesterday.
So does it, but
I feel it, trust me. You know what? I got on the highway. No. Today was the first day I really got on the highway coming back. And
every truck looks
a truck rolled on the side of me. And I kept looking up like, I don't trust this dude, right? You know, so it's a different feeling.
It makes it suspect.
It's a different feeling from what it was being 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, being so free.
You know, when you roll by a truck and you got your hand on your hip like this, you got one hand on the throttle, you roll by the truck, you don't even pay attention. I noticed today when I went by the truck, I had both hands on it like this until I got by him. I kind of sped up to get by him and what have you. But yeah, it makes a difference. I felt it. I really did feel it. So hopefully that is something that
has PR any of them been on their bike since?
She hasn't been on the bike yet, but she's gonna get another bike. Me and her talked about it.
Because her bike was destroyed, right?
Yeah. Everybody's bike in the accident was total. And little man told me his wife doesn't want him to get a bike. Yeah, he said I got to get one. And he's a rider too.
Because we met Bo. Is it Bo? The other guy that got both the broke legs. He was in,
Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Yeah.
I said Bo. Yeah, Knuckles.
Yeah.
He was there, and he's trying to walk. And they trying to keep him in his wheelchair, but he's trying to walk.
And he's not supposed to fly.
Yeah, I know. And that's what little man said. He wasn't supposed to fly either.
Right.
Yeah, but like I said, man, this stuff becomes so powerful, man, and you really never really expect it, even though every day we get on a motorcycle, it's a probability.
It is.
You feel what I'm saying? You know, but you never really expect it to happen, and then when it does, it just kind of takes you by storm. I guess what I want everybody to just see was that even in the worst case scenario, which this is considered to be one of the worst case scenarios, you still have to move on, and you still have to find that strength to do what you do. And I guess it comes from the love of motorcycling.
It is.
Because, at this point in time, if anybody in your club never wanted to ride again, they technically could have an excuse. You know what I'm saying? They can say, hey, man,
Ain't no doubt about it.
You understand what I'm saying?
And I guess it's kind of a hard way to say it. I know the guys in my club, the troopers and the soldiers. I know who's going to ride with me. I know who's going to put the helmet on, strap this shit up and go.
Okay.
I don't care what day, where I got to go. I know who's going to do it. Then I got some that, so if there were one or two, the ones that I know, if one of them told me, say, hey, man, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Then
it'd be something.
That would fuck me up. I ain't gonna lie to you. If one of them told me, say, man, I can't do it, that would get me. Ain't no doubt about it, So
dealing with that, keeping the club together, keeping everybody's spirits and morale, I guess that's why the title president is given to those, because it's not, for example, we were just having a discussion, me and my other club brothers, and that's actually that's why I'm making president.
Okay.
Being a president is, for the most part, is an easy job. This is when being a president
is hard.
This is when you have to be a president right now.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because any other time is basically smooth sailing.
It is.
Yeah, but
Jeff, do this.
Yeah.
Jeff, do that.
Yeah.
Just like, and I'll give you an example. My secretary, the secretary of the club, she wrote that letter today.
The one that the
funeral guys read.
The one motorcycle friends do this, motorcycle friends.
Well, that was one of them, but the other one was the one about Black Eagle Sword.
Yeah.
She wrote that letter for me today.
Okay.
And I couldn't write it. But all I did was pick up the phone and said, hey Zelda, I need you to write a letter for me.
Okay.
I ain't need to tell her what was in it, what to do. She knows me. She wrote the letter. She sent me a copy of it and said, "Hey, is that okay?" Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and that's the stuff about being a president that, I don't have to worry about the money because I got treasurers. They take care of the money. They make their reports. The sergeant at arms take care of his job. So that makes it easy for me. This is the hardest thing that I've ever done or had to do
As a president.
As a president.